Right, there we go. I was talking to myself again. So yes, London South Centre does control East Mids, and because we are sat down here at East Mids in our lovely grub tutor, engine's fired up so we don't lose the battery. Oh, I didn't check fuel. 50%. Yeah, that's enough. That's more than enough. So I am just quickly pulling up the charts for East Mids because we're probably going to get a VRP, and I can't remember the VRPs for East Mids. I know there's one down at Markfield, but we're not. Yeah, we want to go out to the north over Nottingham, really. Why are there no VFR charts on here? No, there aren't. Right, so Navigraph doesn't do VFR. Oh, in fact, PlanG's been updated. I'm chatting nonsense. Right, so yeah, the only one we can go for is Troll. QNH 1017 56. Rather than leaning in, let's zoom in, shall we? 65 1017. That's close enough for me. Let's flick that on. Oh, Jenny needs to come on if we're not going to flatten the battery. Okay. It's bloody busy. You know what? We might not even get a slot here. Oops. Why can't I zoom out? Oh, is that maximum zoom out? Oh! Oh, we've actually got a cadet, look. It's an old looking cadet, anyway. Look at that beard! Oh! Look at that! Yeah, better than my little bum fluff. Fantastic. So what we'll do then, so let's get ourselves tax skid out.
Good evening, Laurel Court Correct Reliable, set down flight 200 level Mayfield.
So we can go to the edge of the GA ramp, and then we can't really go much further, to be honest. So I wouldn't be comfortable going much further than this. So we'll stop here, and then I've got to somehow, not entirely sure how I'm going to do it, but I've got to somehow get a slot in with this guy.
From the north to go via Bondon, so descend out level 90. 6 land control, hello, loading minus failed, correct, descend down flight level 250. Flight 7 to 503 plus 26 seconds.
We're just not going to get a slot in, are we? This is bonkers.
199 X-ray land control, hello, squawk 0321. Stop descent flight level. Close the conflict now, turn right heading 300 degrees.
I'm going to do it by text.
1304190. 132 lines for hello, Robert. Good day, 71 lines for hello, sign now, flight level 80. EPS 670, route direct to Bravo, November. Confirm the waypoint for UPS 670. Ogden, Bravo, November. Ogden, confirm the detail on that direct, or detail on that? I don't know, check the direction now, 19725. Ogden 19725, line. Rhino 15 Foxtrot Kilo, continue present heading. Continue present Rhino 15 Foxtrot Kilo. Rhino 19 X-ray, I will to 4 seconds. 19 X-ray, hello, in future, can you... Never mind, 19 X-ray, route direct to Biggin, and descend down flight level 160. Sorry, 160. Just in future, can you check your flight time please, because that routing is invalid, you've actually come up with wrong routing. And it's caused a bit of an issue, but never mind. Brave rate UPS 993, Unicorn 128, goodbye. GT8 pass level uniform for descent. EJ5 heads are uniform descent flight level 140 level Atom. Level 140 at Atom. GT85 hosted uniform. Correct, UPS 993, minus Unicorn 128, goodbye. Okay, 164, UPS 993. Thank you. Kenya 100, climb at level 270. Standby, Kenya 100, climb now, flight level 270. Level 270, Kenya 100. Thank you, right now 15 Foxtrot Kilo, climb at level 130.
It's bonkers, it's absolutely bonkers.
Freebird 4818, Freebird 418 Delta, right heading 120 degrees. Freebird 418 Delta, climb now, flight level 290. On proposed speed ratio 76,000 feet. 3007.
Well, I've sent him the message. If we don't get a reply in the next minute or so, then we'll go offline, get out of controlled airspace and come back in.
1732, Bosnia 4 Alpha arrival. Right? Bosnia 4 arrival, Heathrow, Bosnia 1732, thanks. David. Level 110 to Rhino 15 Foxtrot Kilo. Rhino 15 Foxtrot Kilo, climb to flight level 130. 130. Speed of 580 Milan control, just on flight level 180, level airbags. And it's the rock, left to
It's so busy. Well, I've seen it this busy before. I mean, it's Friday night, but it's not the time to be doing VFR. If you're IFR, they don't really have a choice. They've got to accept you. But VFR, they sort of have the choice.
Philippines 71, flight level 350. Climb level 350, Philippines 71.
It's just unrelenting.
Tom did it, 242, land control with me. Version 1732, when ready, descend to level 150, level stop it. When ready, 150, level stop at 1732. Figure 397, 793, 3,000 feet.
Let's get some temperatures on. It's going to be cold, isn't it?
Speed 76, at 250. 76, descend flight level 100. Flight level 100, speed 76, thank you. Ascend to 908, descend flight level 80. Descend flight level 80. Speed 190 max ray, descend flight level 100. Descend flight level 100, speed 190 max ray.
Never actually played about.
Romeo London, if you're with me, maintain 4,000 feet.
I've never played about with the GPS in the Grob, actually. Pretty sure it doesn't look... Well, maybe it does.
Hello, 79, London Control, hello, Alesso 1 Hotel arrival, descend flight level 180, level...
Well, King Gamston, 1128, 112...
Kenya 100, on a Unicorn 122 decimal. Take care, thanks for your patience. Bye now.
That was very polite.
Pivot 418 Delta, left heading 095.
He's ignoring me, which is fine because it's busy as hell. Anyway, nav2 is what we want for that one. Oh no, that's nav1, sorry, isn't it? That's nav2. Oh well, we got it on both.
Alesso 1 Hotel arrival, descend now, flight level 180, target 17.
Right, level Foster Kilo, climb now, flight level 200. Climb flight level 200, I confirm we're on the correct heading. Stay firm. Spirit 910 November, thank you. Continue with Unicorn 122 decimal 8. Unicorn 122 decimal 8, speed rest 910 November. 54 Delta, Unicorn 122 decimal 8, Tozines. Easy 29 Quebec Romeo, London Control, if you're with me. Speed 220 knots, descend flight level 140. Easy 85 Hotel Uniform, descend flight level 100. Easy 33 Quebec Papa, descend flight level 80.
Right, we're going to drop offline. I've waited long enough. Connecting share cockpit mode. There we go. Right, okay, so we can see and hear everyone, but they can't see us.
Easy 29 Quebec Romeo, London. Good 397 to right turn heading 250 degrees, cleared LS22.
And we'll head out towards... Be on it. Oh, Jesus. My taxiing never gets better, does it? Excuse my cussing.
Easy 33 Quebec Papa, vector 26 left ILS, redirect to Mayfield, Mike Alpha Yankee.
Let's just have a quick look-see at the scenery. It's nice, isn't it? Taxiways are nice.
Expect the ILS, you're not yet cleared for it.
Oh, brakes are on this one. There we go, this is slow. Oh, we're not, it's just, we're just a stonkingly great big airfield, so... we could go from Sierra, to be honest.
One Alpha, with you descending to flight level 180, inbound
1 Alpha, line of control, hello, descend flight level 180.
That was a very good call from 1 Alpha then.
1 Alpha, speed 250 knots.
Oh yeah, look, there we go, Sierra 1.
76, speed 250.
Oh, and we've even got the aviation part there.
Navigation direct well in.
Okay. Okay, so strobes on, that's all good. And we'll do our power check.
Hello, descend flight level 120 and speed 220 knots.
Good on the mixture. Magnetos, left, tiny drop, no 150. Yeah. Yeah, good on the Rippums. T's and P's are in the green. Yes, they are. Fuel is fine. Transponder's on. Strobe is on. Trim is way out. Trim is set. Tanks are on both. QNH 1017. Should probably close the lid for that, but never mind. A load of crap in our eyes. Right, well, let's get the show on the road, shall we? Smith hasn't just come on, has he? No, he hasn't. So, despite the fact that we're not on Vatsim, well, we are, but we're invisible, we're observer. We shall do procedures as if we were. So that includes setting the flaps, you doofus. Okay, harness is checked, secure, all good, all clear, power. Let's see if I'm trying to keep this reasonably straight. Up we go! 60 knots, V1 rotate. See, this rotates much sooner in real life, but this just doesn't like flying slow in the sim for some reason. You just can't do the normal speeds you would do in real life. I don't know if it's a limitation of FSX or whether it's a limitation of the aircraft. So we'll brake straight onto crosswind to get us away from anyone wanting to depart. And we can bring our throttles back. Flaps can come up, yes, above 80 knots, that is fine. For some reason my GPS has gone on a weird mode. There we go. Lovely! We're up and away. It's beautiful, Grob. So I do absolutely love flying. I love flying it in real life. Nice having a low wing. Not that I've ever flown a high. I've not flown anything bar this and the Viking glider. In real life. Oh no, that's not true. I've flown a Yak 52 as well. Old Russian jet trainer. Jesus, that thing was fast. Piston, big radial engine, but they used it as the last. Well, the Russians used it as the last thing before they got onto jets, and crikey, the thing was fast. Big flying shed, all the instruments in Russian and metric and all that sort of jazz. But yeah, awesome to fly. But yeah, low wing, aerobatic, nice monocoque design, and all that sort of thing. It's yeah, so it's a lovely, lovely plane to fly. Is the Grob very light, so it gets bounced about quite a bit by the wind, but that's all right. It's par for the course. Let's just knock that off a bit. Can we get full throttle and pull our mixture back? Not quite. There's 2500 on the manifold. There's 30 litres an hour on the mixture, which is good. T's and P's are in the green. Altitude's fine. Speed's fine. So landing lights can come off because we're we're not well out of the circuit actually. Where's the A50? Oh no, we are out of the circuit now, so. We're actually very close to leaving the zone here, and then we're looking for the Troll service station on the M1. Which will be the VRP, And that's us then absolutely out of controlled airspace.
Charlie 729, descend now flight level 200.
Level 200, and Italia 729.
82 knots back ground, yeah, descend flight level 100.
So that's Nottingham. Currently just coming over Long Eaton. In fact, yeah, we can see the train. And Stapleford is just under the nose pretty much. And, oh, that's the M1, so where's Troll? Can't quite see Troll. But we'll follow the M1 up.
Report speed and level to Heathrow 119.725, goodbye.
I think that's it, literally on the spinner of the nose at the moment. I think that's Troll. Where that road... Hang on. See this road? I'm just putting the spinner on it there. Left to right. I think that's technically where Troll services are. So that's our VRP. Visual reference point. And once we cross over there, I will be happy to say we're outside of controlled airspace. Well, I mean, technically we are at the moment. Oh, there it is. That's the services. So what we can do is disconnect and reconnect, and then I need to refile my flight plan. There we go. Tell you what, I don't think it's just him being picky. I think people are just being rubbish. That we can see just off the right of the nose, just coming onto the spinner any moment now. There, that's Hucknall Airfield. What are we at? We're at 2.5k. 1017. Oh, speed's really good. Right, so I want to go up towards the Gampston VOR. So we got Gampston keyed in 112.8. Now, I don't really care what radial we're on. I just want to go in a straight line from now, which is about there. So let's try and do a coordinator. So that's Gampston on the nose, and we will fly this line. It's just an easy way of being able to correct for wind without actually doing all your calcs and everything. Man East Centre. Scottish Control. Scottish Control changed what they call themselves. What? I don't know. Right, almost at 3.5k, which will be our cruise. In fact, no, you know what? We can go higher than that. Let's get a bit higher than that. Oh, and I'm not following the radial here at all, am I? That's just sort of mixed, right? Okay, mixture's good, nice and lean. Fuel for the pilot's not very good. Ah, no, it is. Excellent. We'll go up to 5.5k. Why not? Get wrecked. Read the charts. Thing is, I take it for granted now that I've got Navigraph charts. This is, available, whatever. But before then, I haven't blooming clue.
Flight heading 330 degrees.
And even if I did, I didn't know how to read it but properly. You know, you can best guess, but
82 knots Quebec Romeo, as you descend altitude 6,000 feet.
right, there we go. We can go full throttle now because our manifold pressure's dropped. Because we're higher up, the air's thinner, so we can get away with more throttle. Just trying to pick up this radial again. Take us in towards Gampston, and then from Gampston we'll go over towards Waddington, which is roughly 110 degrees maybe. Heading. We've got real world weather on. We're just on not real world time, and we'll do a few arrows on the way. So.
Anyone there? Charlie, descend flight level 80.
Priceless.
Thank you. Buchanan 47 Charlie, descend flight level 90.
It's constant. It's so much chatter. It's hard to listen when you're playing about with the FMC and all your dials and your buttons and whatnot. You know, easy in this to have an ear on it. But you know, if you're descending and doing all your descent planning and landing planning and all that sort of thing, you know, the workload's high. It's easy for the controller, it's mental for the controller, don't get me wrong, but you know, it's easy to miss a message. Particularly if you've not got headphones on. I find it quite hard when I've got them on the speakers, and streaming is bordering on impossible. I don't know how Chewy and the like do it because I can't talk and listen at the same time without having my speakers turned up, and then the feedback you get is just it's no good. But if you had the sound plumbed into your head, it's a lot easier to talk and talk to the stream, and listen at the same time. Into the whole that'll break a Vatsim pilot. Or not. Right, 5.5K, that's good. Right, so let's do some arrows on our way to Gampston, shall we? Oh, it's got a bit stuttery all of a sudden, didn't it? Right, so let's see how well I can do staying online then. So we're not on the radial, but we're heading in this on this heading, right? So let's start off nice and easy. It says with a due sense of fear. And let's not try and pull too many G's. Let's try and keep it reasonable. Oh no, and it's spun. We'd have probably got away with that in the real grub, I don't know. Maybe we certainly were fast enough. Maybe I didn't pull hard enough. It's easy in real life because you can feel the G-force. I want to pull about 3-4G. Yeah, no, we corkscrewed a bit there because we stalled a wing. And I did the stupid thing of trying to correct with the ailerons, which absolutely is the wrong thing to do. In fact, to that end then, let me show you something really interesting. Let's do Friday night learning stream. Let's get back onto heading. And I'm going to show you this from the outside view once the texture loads in. Here we go. Right, so let's get ourselves stalled. Now watch the ailerons here once we enter the stall. There we are stalled. Oh no, not quite. Oh, it's not modelled. It's got to be modelled, surely. Hang on. What I'm trying to show you is a thing called roll reversal. Or aileron reversal, sorry, should I say. Maybe I've got to be in a more pronounced stall. Oh no, that's too pronounced. There we go. Full right aileron. No, it's not modelled. Oh, that's a shame. Let's see if I can do it from in the aircraft. It might be a bit easier. So what happens, what I'm trying to show you here, is when a wing is stalled, it's because your angle of attack is too high and your airspeed's too low. But the problem is, if your right wing starts to drop because it's generating no lift, yeah, it's just not modelled, and then you put the aileron in to try and correct left, right? So if you look at this, so if our right wing was dropping, the natural response is to put left aileron in, and you can see, right, if you watch, left aileron goes down. The problem is, because that's going down, that increases the angle of attack, increases the amount of lift on that wing. Well, that wing was stalled, so all it actually achieves is it stalls the wing more. So when you're expecting to push left on the stick and to go left, because you've stalled that wing even more, it generates even less lift. So you actually roll to the right, even though you're going left on the stick. Does that make sense? So let's try and say that with a little bit less cider on the brain. So when the wing stalls, it reduces greatly, but let's say it stops generating lift. Oh shit, we're in the cloud. If this wing stalls and the other one doesn't, then this wing will drop. It's not generating lift. The other one is. It's like a seesaw. Yeah, push up on one side but not on the other. So because the right wing's dropping, you naturally want to... Oh, tell you what might help this. You naturally want to go... Doink. So say the right wing was dropping, you want to press left on the stick. Yeah? The problem is, and if you look at the aileron, when I push left on the stick, the aileron goes down on this wing. And that increases the angle of attack. It's trying to increase the amount of lift. Well, it's already stalled. Increasing that, like pulling back, is just going to make it stall more. And it's going to generate less lift, not more lift. So even less force on this wing, same amount on the other side. Actually, it would actually be more on the other side, but let's forget that for the moment. This wing is not going to go up because it's generating lift because of the aileron. It's more stalled, so it's going to actually go down. The aileron will be like that, but the wing will be going down. That's called roll reversal, or aileron reversal, when you press left on the stick but the aircraft goes the other way to the right.
I'm afraid your control doesn't look clear about my sector, so turn right now, heading 090 degrees, squawk 0356.
Let's get sort of roughly back towards Gadsden. So that's the thing called aileron reversal. It's very, very dangerous. How much height can we get? Let's try an aileron roll. Oh yeah, nice aileron roll. That rolls a lot quicker than in real life. Okay, that was good. Let's try a barrel roll.
Thank you very much.
I entered that a bit nose level.
Sierra Lima Hotel. Contact
Oh, that was good. We almost came out bang on the head and we went into it. So barrel roll is like going... Hang on a minute. Barrel roll is like going up the inside of a barrel. So if you imagine that, it's not a twinkle roll, an aileron roll, where you're just pivoting on the one axis, like that. Almost like that anyway. Drop the nose a smidge, didn't put enough rudder in. So barrel roll, normally start it bit nose up, aileron, elevator and rudder. And it's not particularly obvious in that view. But if we go out to this view, around the inside of this imaginary barrel. There we go. Nice barrel roll there. Now if you pull back a bit harder... Oh, Christ. And don't G-stall it. You can do a corkscrew. But clearly I'm not capable of doing that. Let's do a stall turn. Height's not amazing for a stall turn, but anyway, we'll go up. This probably won't be modelled. Look at our airspeed. Airspeed's gone. Kick the rudder. No, that's absolutely not modelled. FSX doesn't do non-linear flight dynamics very well at all because it's all pre-compiled. But well, that's not necessarily the reason. But yeah. Let's see if I can actually do a stall turn. So it doesn't particularly model the airflow over the rudder and the elevator, which you need to do a stall turn. Right, we're a bit low for. In fact, we're incredibly low for this, but let's give it a go. So nose goes up. Look at the wingtip. So you've got your horizon. There we are. Wait for the speed to drop. Kick the rudder. Yeah, no, it starts. The rudder's not powerful enough because the prop wash that you would normally get would normally cause. So what you're trying to do is go up and then like that. In a glider, you can do a thing called a chandelle. You can probably just about get away with. No, not quite enough wing to do it. Not quite generating enough lift to get away with a chandelle. Chandelle is it's almost a stall turn, but it's actually keeping linear flight dynamics, which makes it a very efficient way of turning. What else can we do? So we've done a stall turn. Oh, I'll tell you what we haven't done. I know what we haven't done. We haven't done spinning. Now this is something I'm not overly confident FSX is going to model. Where are we? Let's head out towards Waddington, so at least we're going in the right direction. And we absolutely need to climb a bit. Oof, that's just got very juddery. Frame rate's good, 23. It's locked at 25. Bear in mind, don't compare this to like Fortnite and everything because FSX uses the CPU, not the GPU, for most of its processing. This cloud base is going to be an issue though. Cloud base is a smidge. Oh, my rudder pedals have moved. That's why I was constantly askew. Yeah, this cloud base is going to make spinning hard because we're not going to have much. Ideally, I'd want to be at 6,000 feet minimum to start messing about with spins. But what's the time? The time is 19:49. Yeah, so let's get over towards Waddington. I wanted to get down towards Cranwell, but probably not going to have time. So I've got a meeting at 8. It's 10 to 8 now. Can I eke any more power out of this engine? Can eke a smidge more out? Are we on fuel? Oh, we've got millions of fuel. Mind you, there's not much power to be gained in making the mixture rich. We've just got a smidge more ripples. RPM.
Victor 10, go 0 Mike Delta, line control, hello, descent flight level 90. Flight level 90, Atlanta 942, X-ray research ready, yes. Stand by, I'll give it to you when I can. Atlanta 942 with me.
Right, I'm sorry, we're going over to Unicom. Can hear myself think. So shall we try a spin? So an easy, dangerous way, but an easy way of entering a spin is to intentionally do this aileron reversal thing I'm talking about, but we know that doesn't really work. I'm trying to remember how to do it in a full-size aircraft when you've got low Reynolds. Doing it on a model aircraft's really easy because you've got really high Reynolds numbers and you can just sort of force it with the rudder. Now I know, I'm pretty certain the prop wash over the rudder's not modelled. I don't think kicking the rudder's going to have a jot of difference when we're post-stall. How can I do this in a way that I can recover? Entering a spin is easy. Exiting a spin is the hard bit, and that vastly depends on how you entered it. Or, well, no, it's not strictly true, but yeah. So I could enter a spin by putting the flaps all the way down, right? That is going to stall the wing very, very easily, but it will make exiting the spin very difficult and very, very dangerous. Now, I'm not confident in the flight dynamics of FSX, so it probably wouldn't be difficult. But I want to try and do this as close to real world as I can possibly get away with. Also, it doesn't look like the prop torque is modelled. Well, maybe it is. Yeah. Not just the dihedral. No. Well, it might be wind, but maybe prop torque is modelled. Okay, so let us try and see if we can get ourselves into a spin. So keep the nose up, there's the stall warning. Yeah, see, I can still use the ailerons when we're stalled. That is not what would happen. Trying to get A-wing stalled, but it's just sort of mush stalling. There it goes. So the first thing, let go of the stick, kick the rudder in the opposite direction. Once you've stopped the rotation, then you can bring the nose back and the power back. And there's Waddington right in front of us, look. So spin in real life is really interesting spin because the G-forces, you'd think it's spinning like that, you know, you're going to be doing a proper, all these, but you're not actually moving very fast, or at least you're not changing your velocity very fast. You're falling very fast, but you're not really changing your velocity, so your direction, so you don't really get any G-forces. It's more akin to being in free fall. So let's give that another go. Let's just pull the power back a bit. There's the stall horn. Yeah, I'm sort of having to force it a little bit. So we let go of the stick, kick the rudder the opposite direction to the spin, power on, and then pull out of the dive, watching our speed if our speed's far too high. 5 1/4 G there. It's not too shabby. And see how much height we lost. Free fall's an absolute brute. And a spin is sort of free. You obviously wouldn't be doing this over a built-up area like this, would you? So, what's the wind doing? Not a great deal. So let's say we're joining on base for Waddington, and that'll be us. So let's see if I can put this down with some reasonable skill. So we all know the answer to that. So okay, there's Waddington. No traffic to be seen for miles around. Dabby dozy. So into the circuit on what I'm going to call base. I don't know what the actual active runway is, but anyway, it's this one. It's pretty much perpendicular to the wind, so who cares? So rock can go up a smidge. Mixture to rich. T's and P's are good. Outspeed, yeah, good. Keep that nose up to get that speed down, and then we can start thinking about dropping some flat. There we go, flaps down. Trim for flaps down. Means a buttload of up trim down on the wheel. Yeah, I mean, the adverse yaw's just all wrong on this as well. Or at least it feels, I mean, it's a long time since I've flown this aircraft. And the approach speed is very all wrong. But, anyway, it is what it is. Gear down, all good. Keep the nose just above the horizon until you feel the bump. Oh! Butter the bread. 57 feet a minute. You wouldn't even feel that. Best landing I've done in this. Yeah, landing rate's not everything, but there you go. We are just going to park up on the runway. Cool. Hope you enjoyed it. Bit of fun Friday night giggles. We might do some more flights over the weekend. Hope you're enjoying the tutorial series I've got on at the moment, and I'll see you when I see you.